Okay. So I'm Madhurjya Sarma. I'm from GHE. I've been working as a program manager for GHE since last 1 year and looking after different projects in rural parts of India, starting with Northeast, Orissa, as well as Ladakh. And the whole point of view from GSN is to work towards bringing development into rural communities where there has been a need for not only enabling these communities towards newer ways, newer approaches, and bringing them towards more of a developmental and sustainable approach. So yeah.
How has your experience in the CSR counter
It has been great. It has been great. Starting from the point of picking up us from the airport as well as station and bringing to the conclave. The first expression was ki wow, this is something really interesting that has been going on, and as well as seeing all those dignitaries, delegates, and companies coming from outside. So it gives gives Nagaland an opportunity to open its doors for investment and CSR that is coming mostly, which has been done in the other parts of the country, and it just opens up a door to see, yeah, this is a state where there has been requirements and there has to be some works as well as efforts that needs to be put in, so that in the next upcoming years the development becomes a key factor towards bringing these regions into some basic necessities. As I think what I have understood, most of the places in Nagaland, starting with the road infrastructure to basic amenities, it has been lacking. And this conclave just shows us the reality. Okay, you have to work, we have to work, and we have to work together.
So what are the projects that you are taking up in Nagaland?
We have started our inroads into Nagaland in early 2021, where one of the local school teacher, Brother John, he saw our work and messaged us if we can get one of his villages into electrification. So in 2021, we electrified Shinu village in Mon district. So that was one of the first electrification project that we did here. And our project starts with electrification, village electrification. Then we'd be doing health center upgradation and electrification through solar. And then there are livelihood opportunities through tourism and whatever other you can say, even if we can look for handloom as well as different initiatives are there. So that is something we'd love to explore. And fourthly, there is clean cooking solution through smokeless cook stoves that we are looking forward to bring in Nagaland. So these are all some of the projects that are in the pipeline that we would be exploring more in the upcoming months and upcoming years if Nagaland has a possibility and potential to implement those projects. And in the recent, I can happily share that in next 2 months we'll be electrifying 2 more villages in Mon district with the help of all of our local teams. We have set up recently also we have done a solar training for around 15 engineers from Mon district, creating a local you can say livelihood opportunities as well as local sustainable infrastructure where our engineers can go into the village. Our local Naga engineers go into the village and electrify. So we're really looking forward to electrification of 2 villages in the next 1 or 2 months, and then going ahead with different verticals of our work. So.
Going for as a way of community development, what are the challenges that you have faced when working in the recent village that you're in?
One of the biggest challenge I would say is communication, transporting not only our human resource, basically transporting our resources from one end to another. So as we do most of the work on solar and all, and solar, you can say these are heavy panels and batteries are there, and taking these resources from one end, for example, if we are bringing in from Guwahati or from even from outside Delhi or somewhere, so that whole road connectivity network coming into for either say Dimapur or Kohima or even going into the Mon, because of road condition, it's a very big challenge. You have to look for roads, how to take them, and I think my colleague would be the better one to answer that. But yeah, roads is a very big challenge. Roads, communication, and as well as mobilizing people to make them understand that this is something which they need to take care of. It's not like we come here, we give them, and we go back. It should not. It should never be like that. And bringing those community together as a unit, and as a unit they contribute towards maintenance and sustainability of these things. These are some of the challenges that we have faced, and the last one, later one, we can resolve. But road conditions is something that is not in our hand, and it is one of the biggest challenges working in these rural areas.
How did you come to know about that certain village? How did you choose Nagaland? How was the entire process?
It's very interesting. Again, as I said, it started with a Facebook post because we have been doing most of the work in Meghalaya, as you say, Ladakh, and some other parts of India, rural India, where we have been doing electrification. And our this one person from Mon district, Brother John, he got to know about our work, and he was really interested to bring such work, such electrification work back to his village. So he messaged us, and we got into contact, and over the period of few months we finally decided to come to Mon and electrify the Shinu village, and now going ahead with because there has been more opportunities, more need for such electrification as well as developmental work here. And from our end, it will be key. We are looking forward to bringing what we can, basically enabling the communities to do more.
And then there is a certain community development an NGO.
Yes.
It is run by Madhurjya.
Okay.
So the name is Lemsal Chenlo. It's based in Nonglang, and then it is in such a way that they help in biodiversity, but there is not much done except and mega. So such NGO that needs your help, would you be ready to expand your reaches and also try to reach out to them and help them in any way?
Definitely. Like this is one of the things that we as a GH do. Wherever we work, it is very important to have a local team, local connections, local partners, because only those people know the local scenario, how to work, how to handle people. So of course, having a local partner is a very big help in terms of us bringing whatever we can from outside, and them doing the all mobilization and stuff. So yes, we are definitely interested to work. During the conclave also, we have had a good discussions with a few of the NGOs who were very interested to be partner with us in terms of different developmental works there. And we are really looking forward to connecting with such more NGOs who basically shares the same ideology as us. The whole process is to go basically from GH's point of view, I can say we go to the places where there is no road, and if we can find local partners who shares the same ideology, yes, we are definitely looking forward to partner them and then work towards different issues.
If there is a second edition of Conclave, CSR Conclave, to be held next year, would you be joining again with more ideas to bring towards the people?
Definitely. I think this conclave is something that needs to be repeated every year, because maybe this year whatever companies has come, they would have spread the word of mouth across in the industry, and next year there would be more companies coming in, different companies with different ideas. Of course, so more companies come in means there are more brainstorming ideas coming from different sets of people. And from our GHs, and we'll be definitely interested to come again next year and meet different peoples, show them what work that we have done for it. If it is happening next year, that means in the past 1 year we must have done some work here that also we can showcase. And going ahead, I think it will be very important for Nagaland also to keep on doing this conclave over the next few years, bringing for example, first year we have bought some companies, second year these are different companies that are coming in, and only then that sustainability can be created. And at the same time, the commitments that are being made in the first conclave, that need to be fulfilled. So it should not be like, yeah, we have said something and yeah, it did not happen. And for that also it is very important that this whatever foundation organizations that have committed, they create a local resource pool which can tap into, which can generate the livelihood, which can tap into different types of work that has been coming in, rather than them bringing outside resources here. It's better to develop it here. So which is why I think, as I said, GHE, we have already working towards it. We have trained 15 solar engineers from Mon region in terms of taking care of whatever electrification work that we do. And it is also important for others also to have that resource pool here, and so that sustainability keeps on going on.
The first edition of conclave got over yesterday, and from today, preparations for the next conclave might start. So what are the, do you have any suggestions that for the next edition, improvements can be done or from your end?
Yes, like the first thing I would say, it's need not to have such grand gestures. Maybe a single conclave with like-minded people coming into a smaller setup where more interactive sessions are there, rather than different people coming and asking their ideas. So it should always be interactive session. Only then there are more ideas coming in, more people can meet. So for example, yesterday also when I were talking to the local NGOs, local champions, we can call them. So they should have more opportunities to interact directly with the investors. There should be more interactive sessions, more areas where they can be taught in terms of pitching projects, in terms of making proposals, and how even to talk to these investors. Yeah, it should be simple, it should not be grand, and it should be interactive.
My name is John Kangyu. By profession, I'm a teacher working at a government primary school senior village in Mon district of Nagaland in the Indo-Myanmar border. I joined with GHE through a Facebook. I started to post in the Facebook, seeing the difficulties and the problems faced by the villagers in the remote areas, especially in Mon district. And I shared some of the pictures, and I also shared verbally the problems faced by the villagers. And of course, there is a problem where most of the villages doesn't have a proper network. We have to go to other place to make a call, and then we all know the road is very bad in the remote areas, and the road conditions is one of the biggest challenge for bringing development in the areas. So I came in contact with the GHE, then GHE started to take interest in Nagaland, and they came to Nagaland in the year 2021 to electrify a village called Shenyu, and the whole village was electrified. But what I feel is people should cooperate, people should be responsive, and then positive response should come from the villages. And then with the cooperation of the villages, GHE or the CSR investors, they are all ever ready to help the villages, provided we should be ready to accept them.
Do you have any challenges that you faced while bringing electrification in the village?
There were a lot of challenges where, first of all, I have to convince the villagers, where most of the villagers are illiterate, and then I have to convince the villagers to get ready with some resources to show our readiness to accept the development in the area. And also villagers we are also asked to invest some amount so that they also create a sense of responsibility, and they also feel a sense of ownership, so that they will take care of the material for a longer period. And then unless they are made to invest something, they won't take care of the facilities given to them. Therefore, it is a big challenge, especially in the rural area. Number one, there is no network. Second, road problem. And then third, the mentality of the villagers, because they want it in an easy way. But then it takes time to convince the villagers, especially in the rural areas.
How has your experience been working with the Global Expedition?
My experience as a facilitator between the villagers and the GHE, I do my work after the school hours or during holidays. Whenever I get a leisure time, I always contact them and then do some surveys and send a survey report. And then they are always positive. And then they want to expand their investment not only in Mon district but beyond Mon district, and even to the whole of Nagaland, wherever there is need. Not only in the field of electrification, but also they want to extend their investment even in the field of health sectors. And then some, like especially one way they like to expand is the tourism in the remote places, where people of the rural area should also be able to generate some income for their livelihood. So I feel they are like mad people who works without thinking about themselves, but they completely give their ideas, their energy, their wealth for the upliftment of the people in the rural areas.
According to you, how many houses have been electrified through this project?
So far, 60 houses have been electrified, and we have surveyed around 6 villages in Mon district. So in the 3rd week of September, we will be electrifying one village called Apau Changli in Mon district under Apau subdivision, and further another village will be electrified soon.
Being a citizen of Nagaland, this is actually supposed to be handled by the state government. It is the duty of the government to provide the basic needs for the people. But here, luckily, you are getting an extra hand from someone who is ready to help. How do you have any remorse or any grudges towards the state government, which they are unable to, complete their duty, and for our own people only, they are standing for our people, but they are not able to provide the basic needs? Do you have any suggestions or message to the state government as well?
As a citizen of Nagaland, I don't have any grudge or against the state government. Instead, I always suggest to my people around that government also should support the investors in terms of guidance, or even in terms of monetary help to the people implementing the projects. That way, it will push the people to find interest in uplifting the weaker sections of the society. And what I would like to suggest is the wealth of the state must be shared equally to every district in Nagaland. That will bring equality, peace, unity and development. But I don't see that equal sharing. And then even if equal sharing is given, people are not all equal. The implementing agencies, in some areas we see them very weak. That is what I see in Nagaland.